Liverpool have officially completed another important piece of business, this time for their back line. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Club have confirmed that former Manchester City centre-back Lucas Clark has signed his first professional contract with Liverpool, securing the future of one of the academy's highly regarded young defenders. Clark made the switch from Manchester City in December 2024 and, since arriving on Merseyside, has wasted very little time making an impression. The 17-year-old quickly established himself as a regular starter for Liverpool's under-18 side, and last season was a particularly encouraging one for the young centre-back. Clark featured 27 times across all competitions, while also being given the opportunity to step up to under-19 level and experience European football in the UEFA Youth League. That experience is likely to prove extremely valuable as he continues his development, and there is now a very clear opportunity in front of him. Liverpool's academy has undergone a significant reshuffle over the summer, particularly in defence. Several players who were part of the defensive group last season have either moved on, gone out on loan, or are no longer eligible to play at the same level. Amara Nallo, for example, has now joined HJK Helsinki on loan, while Carter Pinnington has completed a permanent move to West Brom. Emmanuel Araboma has also departed after being released. That leaves Liverpool needing new players to step up and fill those gaps, and Clark is one of the players who could benefit most from that situation. The club clearly see enough potential in him to now commit him to professional terms, with the agreement expected to run until at least 2028. There is also the possibility of his terms being improved as he continues to progress through the ranks. Importantly, Clark isn't the only academy player Liverpool have rewarded this summer. He follows Prince Cisse and Oliver O'Connor in signing professional contracts, highlighting the club's continued focus on developing its young talent and ensuring that promising players remain tied down as they begin to attract more attention. For Clark specifically, this could be the beginning of a very important season. He is already featured prominently during Liverpool's pre-season preparations, and with the under-18 campaign now getting underway, he is expected to be one of the key figures for Simon Wales's side. Liverpool's opening fixture comes against Manchester City on Saturday, which makes the start to Clark's campaign particularly interesting given his previous connection with the club. He could potentially form a new centre-back partnership with Harvey Owen, another player who has been highly regarded within the academy since arriving from Wolves in 2023 for a reported £800,000. And there is also the prospect of Clark receiving more opportunities with Liverpool's under-19s in Europe. With several of last season's defensive options no longer available, the pathway is arguably clearer for Clark to gain more experience at that level. Regular involvement in the UEFA Youth League would give him the chance to test himself against some of the best young players across Europe, while also exposing him to a higher level of competition. That could be crucial in determining how quickly he can move towards senior football. For Clark, however, that change could represent an opportunity rather than a problem. He now has the chance to establish himself as one of the leaders of a new-look under-18 defence, while potentially earning more opportunities with the under-19 as the season progresses. Of course, signing a professional contract does not guarantee a first-team breakthrough. There is still a huge amount of development required, particularly for a player who is only 17 years old. But Liverpool's decision to secure Clark's future is significant in itself. Lucas Clark is now officially a professional Liverpool player. The question is how far this promising young centre-back can go. In other news, Liverpool are said to be set to accepting offers for one Liverpool star, who is certainly a fan favourite. This will split the fan base. Liverpool could be heading towards a surprise exit this month, with Wataru Endo now looking increasingly likely to leave Anfield before the summer transfer window closes. According to sources, Liverpool are open to accepting an offer for the Japan international, with the club already making a number of potentially interested sides aware that the midfielder is available. Endo returned from injury in Liverpool's recent friendly defeat to Monaco, but that appearance may have been more significant for his future than it initially seemed. The 33-year-old is now back fit, but despite that, he does not appear to feature in Andoni Iraola's long-term plans at Anfield. And that could leave Endo facing a very different future just weeks after returning to action. The midfielder has struggled for regular opportunities over the past year, making just 12 appearances across all competitions last season, with only 3 of those coming as a starter. His position in the squad has continued to slide, and Liverpool are now prepared to move him on in order to create space and bring in funds. There is also an important financial factor behind the situation. Endo still has a contract with Liverpool until 2027, meaning this summer represents one of the club's final opportunities to bring in a transfer fee before he potentially reaches the final year of his deal. Rather than allowing that value to diminish, Liverpool are reportedly encouraging some of Endo's long-term admirers to make their interest concrete. And there is certainly no shortage of potential destinations. Premier League clubs including Wolves, Fulham and West Ham have previously shown an interest in the midfielder, while Endo has also attracted attention from clubs in Germany and elsewhere in Europe. Liverpool actually decided to keep hold of Endo last summer despite interest from his admirers, but their stance appears to have changed significantly 12 months later. The Monaco friendly was Endo's first appearance of pre-season following his injury, and although he still needs time to regain full match fitness, it now looks increasingly likely that he could be doing that somewhere other than Anfield. For Endo himself, the situation is a major change. He has been believed to be happy at Liverpool since arriving from Stuttgart in 2023, but at this stage of his career, regular first-team football is understandably becoming increasingly important, with his international career now also coming to an end following his decision to retire from Japan duty. Endo's focus can turn entirely towards finding his next club and securing the playing time that has been so difficult to come by at Liverpool. So while this may come as a surprise to supporters who have appreciated everything Endo has given the club, the signs are now pointing towards a parting of the ways. Liverpool are actively making clubs aware of his availability. They are willing to listen to offers, and there is a growing expectation that Endo could leave before the window shuts. The big question now is where the fan favourite ends up, and whether one of his long-term Premier League admirers finally makes a serious move for him.